seconds, or good afternoon by the time you watch this. We wanted to welcome you to a virtual version of the town hall meetings. Teachers and students, this is a new format that we're going to try to be able to speak with you about things that are going on within the school. So I know during the A-Squared time, this is a time where you've got a targeted time to talk about what's going on in the school, announcements, and you have a teacher right there to kind of talk with you about things that are going on in the school. So our hope is that with the teacher watching the video as well, that if there's something that they want to talk about, if they want to pause and then have a conversation, then continue watching, this will just be a nice way for us to address and talk to the student body in a way where it's a little bit more intimate versus 1 on 250 in the cafeteria. So I want to thank everyone again for the warm welcome that I've received here at Derby Middle School. My name is Mrs. McKinney again. I'm sitting here with Mr. Smith and Mr. Costello, and we are going to take a little bit of time to talk with you about a few things that we're seeing going on around Derby and wanting to talk about how to finish out the year strong. So one of the things that I've noticed since I've been here is how amazing the student body is in terms of their preparation for school, academics, and how kind and respectful that they are to each other in the hallways. Again, I can't thank you enough for how much you guys have done to welcome me. I really appreciate it. It's been very impressive watching how you move through the building and make sense of your school. As you know, I'm learning Derby, so I'm taking my cues from you, and I'm watching how you treat your house. I'm watching how you guys do things around here, and I'm learning from you. And so today it'll be an opportunity for me to hear from the assistant principals as well some of the things that they are hoping for in terms of expectations for the school. A couple of things that I wanted to mention is we're at this point of the year now where we are living into this year, but we're also planning for next year. So you'll notice that you're going to do your scheduling, and it's not that we're giving up on this year. As a matter of fact, we're holding strong, and lots of props for finishing halfway through the year. You're on the downward slide, and with all these ice days, it feels like we're hardly here. So I'm trying to say, make sure you guys stay consistent on the work that you're doing. Your teachers are spending a lot of time adjusting things when they've been gone for a day, so we really appreciate your attentiveness. But as you're planning for this coming school year, you're also thinking about what is it that you want to explore. I know our 8th graders are excited about high school, and we're excited with you. We want to remind you you're here still for another 5 months, so we expect you living in the Dragon world that way as well. All right, Mr. Smith.
Hey guys, hey, a couple of things I want to talk to you about in terms of expectations and conduct. I've been having these conversations over the last few weeks with students, and it's pretty intriguing, but also pretty important. A couple things. The first one is inappropriate language. You have to understand one thing, that someone's always watching. That's the message that I want to relay to you. Is, you know, throughout your entire life, someone's always watching, looking to either imitate or model after what you do. A common thought from students is, hey, if I'm not directing these words or phrases at you, then it shouldn't be offensive. And that's not true. Like I said, somebody's always watching, and you don't know who you're going to offend or what type of image you're setting up for yourself. So please be thoughtful before you speak, and be able to hold yourself accountable once someone calls you out on it. Okay? The next thing, running in the halls, that's a simple one. Guys, accidents happen. They do. We tell you not to run in the hall just to keep you safe, and that's what we're trying to do, is pure safety. The last thing, I've had this conversation numerous times. Some of you guys just see me and you guys just take your hoods down, but hoods and hats should not be worn in school. Again, one, it's a respect for just being inside a building. The next thing, it is a safety issue with the hoods. We have to be able to identify you and know what's going on and who's in our building. So please, no hoods and hats. Mr. Costello?
All right, thanks, Mr. Smith. Again, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for taking this time to engage with us. I want to reiterate what Mr. Smith and Ms. McKinney have said in a positive way. You guys have been doing great on the whole, so please keep that up. You don't know how proud we are of you, so keep it rolling. Just a few things I'd like to touch on. First of all, I know some of you are getting tired of me hitting on digital citizenship, but there's a little piece I got to get to regarding Instagram. This is not just a Derby thing, it's a district-wide situation where students have been making unauthorized fake accounts with adults. Maybe it's a former teacher, maybe it's a former principal or something like that. Guys, I get the intent behind it. It's been 99% positive, but it's still something that we can't do. We can't misrepresent ourselves as somebody else. So if you've made one of those accounts, please kindly just shut it down. We don't want to have to go on some sort of a hunt to find everybody that's involved. So just do us that favor, okay? It's part of being a good digital citizen. Don't misrepresent who you are online. Secondly, and again, you hear me daily talk about this one, but it's still an issue, and that's cleaning up in the cafeteria. We've got a brand new custodian, Miss Cassie, and she's learning her job and how we operate here at Derby, and I know she's been a little bit surprised when each of the lunches and how much trash is left behind. So we're not asking for the world here. It's just to clean up your space and make sure that you leave that table how you found it. So please, please, please have our backs with this and make sure that you're taking care of the mess that you create. Finally, this one's just about our community in general. We've had a situation, for one example, in the gym where folks have been tossing sweatshirts and different items up by the backboards. Gang, you got to realize that when you do that, that creates a burden on one of the adults in the building to go get a ladder, haul it down, get that thing out of there. It's just disruptive, and it takes away from the climate and culture of this school when you're disrespectful like that. So please keep that in mind. If you're confused at all about what you should do in any area of the building, we talked from the start of the year about the champs posters. Still, please refer to those. So if you're confused, again, take 2 seconds, look at that, and that should guide your way. So again, I want to make sure that I'm always very positive with all of you, and that we've got a good understanding between us so that this can be a great place to come to school every day. All right.
All right.
Mr. Smith.
Hey, lastly, just quickly again, with Power School, you guys are, again, like Mrs. McKinney said, scheduling for classes for next year, in the middle of this year. But a couple things that you need to know: you need your Power School logins. If you don't have them, check in with Mrs. McIntyre in the clinic to get those logins and passwords, because you're going to need those for scheduling. Counselor's going to be in your classrooms working with you guys on scheduling, so make sure you get that done.
Have a great day, you guys, and look forward to this break that we have upcoming.
This is Derby. Let's do it.
See you guys.